Hello everybody, today I'm going to be making an eggplant recipe, and it's a real easy recipe to follow. So I'm going to start with the ingredients. Over here I have the eggs that I'm going to be using. I probably use 6 or 7. I have the half a teaspoon of salt, half of a teaspoon of pepper. Over here I have 1 tablespoon of oregano, and I have like around 7 or 8 chile piquins for spicy. I have 10 crackers over here that I'm going to be using. 5 or 6 small tomatoes. They're the small ones like this. So 4 eggplants that I'm going to be using. I have 1 chile poblano. I have of a medium onion. 1.5 cups of flour. And I have a teaspoon of salt. And I have a teaspoon of pepper, okay? So I'm going to start by making the salsa first, and then I'm going to be frying the eggplant, okay? So I'm going to cut the tomatoes, that way I can put them in the blender. And the poblano pepper. Like this. And my poblano pepper is roasted, but you don't have to roast it if you don't want to. I put the onion here. So I'm going to put the crackers in the blender too. And I'm going to be putting the oregano and the piquin chiles here too. And 2 cups of water, okay? And from here, I'm going to take just a little bit of pepper and salt and put it over here in the sauce. So the sauce look like this. And I'm going to put it to the side. Okay, now we're going to do the eggplants. So we're going to take the skin out. You can use the potato peeler, or you can use the knife. And it looks like this. Okay, now that we have them like this, we're going to cut them in the middle part like this. And then we go like this. Then what I do, just put it to the side like this and cut it in half. Okay, so you can have something like this. Okay, and this one too. See the pieces right there? So we're gonna do the same thing to the other ones. Okay, so over here I have cold water, and I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of salt in here and mix it real good so we can put our eggplant in here. So I'm gonna put the eggplant in here because then it doesn't get darker. We don't cook it right away. So I'm gonna soak it over here in salty water and leave it there so we can start making the egg. Right there. Leaving it here, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna separate the yolk from the whites of the eggs. Like this. And we only want the whites, okay? For right now. You see, it's only the whites from the eggs, so I'm gonna mix them with the mixer. Okay, if you can see, this is our egg whites. And if you flip it over, it doesn't go on the table. So over here, I'm gonna be putting the yolks. And I did 7 eggs, so I'm just gonna put 6 yolks in there and leave the other one behind. So now I'm gonna put the salt and the pepper and finish mixing, okay? So over here, I'm gonna be putting the oil to fry my eggplants. So I'm gonna put enough for frying. And it's like frying a chile relleno. No more. So we're gonna wait until it gets hot and then we start frying. For this flour, we're gonna put the rest of the pepper and the salt and we're gonna mix it. Mix it all together. And what we're gonna do first over here, we're gonna get one of the eggplants and we're gonna put it on flour first, like this. And then we're gonna put it in the egg and then we're gonna put it in the fryer, okay? In every little space that you see, put flour like this and shake it. Now I'm gonna put it in the egg and put it right here. We do this first. So make sure every little space have flour. You see? So more here. Okay, so shake it. And now we're gonna put it in the egg. We put it in the egg like this. And we do the same thing to the other ones, okay? So I'm gonna turn this one. This one is ready to be turned. Right there. And the other one is ready. And be careful every time you're frying because it gets messy and it's real dangerous too, okay? So be real careful. So these ones are done. We put them to the side. And these ones are done. And if you don't want to cut them like this, you can always cut them just in slices like circles. And that's real easy to do too. But I'm making this only for 4 people, so that's why I just cut them in half like this, okay? I finished frying, so I'm gonna put the salsa over here, and I'm not using any oil because we already have enough oil in the eggplants. So I put my salsa right there. And we're gonna let it cook, okay? Okay, since we already put the sauce in there, I'm gonna put a little more water. Probably like 1 cup in there. And now we're gonna put all the eggplants in there. Okay, we're gonna fix them one by one in there. One in there. And we're gonna let it cook in here, okay? So we can put the top and put the fire probably to a medium. Okay, now it's time to taste it in case it needs more salt. Yeah, mine needs more salt, so I'm probably gonna put a teaspoon of salt. And we let her cook, okay? But like I say, always salt is on your taste. It's almost done and it's looking like this. And when it starts to boil, I lower the fire, real low. So that way it's more like steam. So I'm gonna cover and keep on cooking in there. And it looks like it's already done. So this is how it looks when it's done. So I'm gonna turn off the fire and I'm gonna serve a plate. That way you can see how we serve it. And you can always eat it with rice, with white rice or Mexican rice, is your choice. And it tastes good. Okay, so I'm gonna put one on the plate. Put it over here. So this is how it looks when it's already on the plate. So I hope you like this recipe. Like and subscribe